Hi everyone, I'm Kelly and this is my channel Kel Stitches. This is a place where I talk about my addiction to cross stitching. So today is Monday the 15th of May 2023 and this is Flosstube number 28. I would just like to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see. And if you are a returning viewer and subscriber, thanks for coming back. So let's just get straight into what I've stitched on for this past fortnight. And we'll get into bit of what's been happening in life, and I've got no haul or anything like that, so it might be a little bit of a shorter video today. All right, so the first thing that I stitched on was this one. I call it Adventure Awaits. It is a pattern from an Etsy store called 2x2 Stitch Art. So that is that one. I'll put up a picture of where it was before. And this is where I'm up to. So as you can see, I have filled in more of the black down here in the trees, working through them. Working through those trees. I think I only have two or three colors left in this. I think it's three. I think it's finish off the black, do the rest of a tealy color here, and then the writing is in white, which I will leave to last. So that's what that one is looking like. I stitched on this for 2 days and I done 1,000 stitches. And it is being worked on a 16 count white 8er. So that's coming along nicely. All right. The next one that I worked on was this one. Soucis by Long Dog Samplers. That is what it looks like when it is finished. I'll put in a picture of where it was up to and or where we saw it last time, I should say. And this is where I'm up to with it. So I think it was just this section that I've worked in. Didn't get as much done on it this fortnight. But every stitch, every extra stitch into it counts. So I worked on this one for 2 days and I got 600 stitches into it. I think I'd done 500 one day and then 100 stitches on the next day. Because I think I had to finish off a challenge or something in one of my groups. So yeah. That's where that one's up to. It is looking really good. I'll do all the teal that is in here and then I'll go in and fill in the purples that are in these sections. This is being worked on 18 count white 8er and I am using Silks For You floss. So the teal is PR147, which is that one, and the purple is PR001, which is that one, with the odd little bit of just natural silks for some of the back stitching. So yeah, that's that one. Then the next one I worked on was this one, which is my advent calendar, which I am doing singly. I'm not doing as in the big box as it shows here. So this is and also an Etsy store. I think it's called StitchInspirate. I think that's what the store is. So that's what that one will look like. I don't have before pictures or what it looked like last time because I just do them individually. Now, did I get the... Yeah, I got them ones done. So that is what I had done last time, which is 1 through to 7. I'll just show them individually. 5, 6, 7. And then this time around I got these ones done. So 8, 9, 10, and started on 11. And I worked on these for one day and I got 1200 stitches. I think this was on one of my days off. I'd done that. So if I can get that many done every month, I'll be done before the end of the year. So that's what those ones, and they're just being worked on 16 count Aida on fabric that I dyed myself. I just used a little bit of a cocoa brown, I think it was. Right, didn't work on that one. Next one is this one, Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by David Penfound, and it is a Waterhole Masters. This is just the regular version. The printout does not really do the stitching justice. Let me tell you, it looks a little blurry on the printout, but the stitching is coming out absolutely gorgeous. So that is what it looks like as the whole thing. I will put in a picture of where it was last time we seen it. And this is where I'm up to now. As you can see, I have filled in a lot of those zebra stripes. That is all I've got left, is the 310 to fill in the zebras. And it is looking gorgeous, even if I do say so myself. I am loving this. It's, yeah, it's quickly becoming one of my favorite whips that I just want to work on it and keep seeing things developing and coming out over time. But I have to be, what can I say? I have to be restrained, and I need to work on my other whips and not just on this one solely if I want to get to my goals that I have set for myself this year. I worked on this one for 2 days and I got 1,400 stitches into it. Look at those zebras, aren't they beautiful? This is being worked on 18 count white Aida. Yep, 18 count. So yeah, next time you see this page will be finished. Fingers crossed. Yeah. All right. Oh, sorry if that made a big noise in the into the microphone. All right. And the next one that I worked on was this one, Mini Top Frog, also a Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Jodie Bergsma. This is just the regular version. It is not max color. So, yep. As you can see, I only have 88 colors in this, not 288. I don't think the max color, mini max color, has that many, but yeah, that is what it looks like when it is finished. I'll put in a picture of where it was, and this is where we're up to now. Little Froggy is being filled in more and more. I have filled in most of this frog down here, as you can see. There is only a couple of little ninja stitches in here that I need to be filled in, but I'll get to them as I get to the symbols. So yeah, you've got this middle frog that's sitting on the big one, and as you can see, the face, or the other frog, the third frog, is coming in, and there's the little feet of the very, very top frog. So hopefully next time you see this one will also have a page finish. Fingers crossed. I worked on this one for 2 days and I got 1,500 stitches into it. So that's looking pretty good. Enough detail and definition in there, even though it's a mini and it is only the regular version. Put that one back in there. All right, and the last one that I worked on for the fortnight is this one. It is the Shaped Wolf artwork by Greg Giordano, and it is also a Heaven and Earth Designs. Obviously it has no background, so it is just the wolf that I'm working on. Did I say top frog is being stitched on 16 count aider? That is what Shaped Wolf will look like when it is finished. I'll put in a picture of where it was last time we seen it. And this is where it's up to now. Might be a bit hard. Is it? I'm finding this one, the details are a bit harder to see, unless, like, if you go really close, they look blurry and you can't really see the definition as much. But if you take it back, you can see the this hawk or eagle's head starting to come in, and this wolf face coming in. So it's just lucky that most of these patterns are viewed from a distance. Not a lot of people get right up close to them in their face or in your face with them. This one is nearly a page finish, even though it looks like it is finished. There is, you'll see in there is a lot of stitches that are still like in here and stuff. It's just because the color of this fabric makes it look like it's already finished. So I worked on this for 3 days and I got 1,460 stitches into it, which brings me on track to getting the 15,000 stitches into it for the year. And this is being stitched on 18 count aider that I dyed myself in just like a light terracotta color. And most of these big pieces will be made into wall hangings because the cost of them to frame here in Australia, I will have to sell organs on the black market. That's how expensive it is over here. So that is that one. Did I say? Yes, I did say how long I'd worked on it for. Alright, so that's everything that I worked on. The only... oh, well, I didn't work on a couple of things, one of them being my spirit guides by Pain Free Crafts, which I plan on working on today, even just for one day. I know I'm should be into the new rotation, but I'm just going to work on this for one day and then just skim a day off one of the others in my other rotation. And this one. So those are the two that I did not work on in this rotation, just because things got a little hectic over the weekend, which I will talk about shortly. All right, for the fortnight, I stitched for 11 days and I got 7,160 stitches in, which is obviously quite a bit down from my previous fortnight. No, actually, it is more than my previous fortnight. So there we go, even though I didn't stitch for 3 days. All right, so my next rotation is going to include these, which is Protector by Pain Free Crafts. That one's upside down. Mini Shaman by Heaven and Earth Designs. Daydream Sea Turtles by Charting Creations. Moonrise Song by Artisy. My Tribal Wolf, which is by 2x2 from 2x2 Stitch Art. Tigers. And then the other two are my stamped one, which I still haven't touched since the end of last year, and the Year in the Woods. So hopefully I'll get to work on most of those in the next fortnight. All right, I've got no haul to show you, so that is that I've stitched on. No haul. And as I said, this is going to be a short video because we're only at 17 minutes and I'm not going to talk about life too much. So I had the son's birthday on Friday night, and then, which I didn't stitch. Saturday, we were busy at work organising organising for Mother's Day here in Australia, which was yesterday, Sunday the 14th. I didn't finish work till 5 o'clock on Saturday, around about 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon, after we set everything up and what haven't you. And by the time I got home and had a shower, something to eat, I just couldn't have been bothered because I had to be up at 5:30 the next morning to be at work by 6 o'clock. So yeah, I got to work at 6 o'clock Sunday morning. So I got to have that first hour between 6 and 7 to get we've got a veranda out the front that we put all outside tables and everything on. Every day we take them out, set them up, and then of an afternoon we've got to bring them back in, or otherwise people will come and steal them and they'll go walk about. So that's just something we have to do. So got there at 6 o'clock, set those tables up, set them out for the bookings that we had. And yeah, so Mother's Day started and it was actually a really good day. It went very, very smoothly. I had things organised and stuff pretty well, and we had enough staff this year, so it did go very smoothly, which I was quite surprised at. And I managed to get an early mark. I left by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. By that time, all of our lunch bookings had been seated, and they'd had their meals. Some of them were still finishing their meals, but there was enough staff on the floor that they could handle the rest of it. So I left with the boss's permission, of course, but it was technically supposed to be my day off, but because it was Mother's Day, I had to work. So I got an early mug instead. And I think that's pretty much it for life. Yeah, pretty much. Got some more big round bales for the horses this morning. That's why I am now filming this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon instead of in the morning. yeah, done that. Went down to Coffs Harbour last week and bought a new rug for one of our old mares. So she'll be nice and warm over winter. But other than that, yeah, there's nothing else to tell you guys. Not really. So yeah, that's why I didn't stitch for 3 days. Those 3 days, which was the Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this last weekend. I just didn't have the energy or even, to be honest with you, the want to stitch, because I had so much going on in my head, organising birthday parties and Mother's Day and everything like that. So yeah, but I still got some good stitching in. One thing I will probably quickly talk about is some of the groups on that some of the games that I play on Facebook. One of them's called Hell's Stitching. You're in groups of 4, and it is based around a restaurant or cafe type of a thing. So you've got to stitch for meals, stitch for ingredients and stuff like that. So you have a list of ingredients. You've got to start your restaurant, and then you stitch for your ingredients, and then you have events or orders every week or whatever it is, and you've got to stitch for those as a team, and you earn your rewards for that, which then you can buy more recipes for. It is a really good game. It is motivating. The only thing is, if you don't like stitching small increments, it's not going to be for to your liking, because a lot of the stitch counts are 100, 200. The most is 300, but you don't get that very often. So the increments, a lot of the increments are in 100s. So you got to stitch 100, take a photo, put your finish photo, and then start the next thing, stitch another 100, and so forth. So that is a good game if you only stitch small amounts. Go and check that one out. Another one along a similar vein to that is Harvest Stitches. It is actually thought of by the same person and ran by the same person. So it's to do with farming. So you're in teams of 10 on a farm, and you stitch towards things on the farm. So first off, you stitch to clear your land and all that sort of stuff, and then you plant your crops and you grow them, you water them, you harvest them, then you till your land. You've got chickens and pigs and cattle, like milking cows and goats and stuff like that. But you have to sell your products to earn money, to buy more things and stuff like that. It is a really good game. There's a lot of working parts in there, so there's always something to be stitched for. And once again, a lot of it is small increment stitching. So you're looking at 1s, 2s, 300s. I think the maximum stitch count on some of the things is 500. There is a few team stitching or group stitching things that you've got to stitch for, and you can just stitch however many you want to get to that. But that's a really good one as well. So yeah, that one's called Harvest Stitches. What other ones? Oh, you've got your Harry Potter cross stitch game. It's you're also in teams, so you'll be divided. You'll be put into one of the teams of Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Slytherin. What's the other one? Ravenclaw. had to rack my brain. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan, but I joined anyway because it was just another stitching game, and a lot of that is you can just stitch whatever amount you want, and you work towards winning the house cup each week, and then you have weekend events and stuff like that you can stitch for. So that's a good one if you don't want to be tied into little increments of stitching. What else? Other than the games, there's probably not many others. And then I'm in a few of the other groups like Semi-Sane, Stitches and stuff like that you have your challenges and stuff in, to do in that. So yeah, that's just some of the games and challenges that I do on Facebook, which encourage me to keep stitching and just keep working on my projects and getting more stitches in, because if I don't stitch, especially for the team team games, I feel like I'm letting the team down, even though I'm not. I know I'm not, but I feel like I'm not pulling my weight. And generally, if I can't stitch for a little while, I will let my team know that I'm not going to be able to stitch. So yeah, that's some of the games that I play. All right, guys. I've managed to get this video to 26 minutes. By the time I say my farewell and edit it and all that sort of stuff, I might reach 30 minutes. All right, guys. My next video should be on, what's the date today? The 15th. Should be the 29th of May. Hopefully. Yes? Yes. Should be the 29th of May is my next video. So that will be my next update. Once again, if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back. And if you are a new viewer, thank you for coming over and checking it out. I hope you like what you saw, and I hope you will come back and continue watching what I have to offer. All right, guys, I will leave it as that. Otherwise, I'll just start rambling, and no one needs to hear me rambling. Rightio, guys, I will see you all in my next video, or wherever you are in the world. Please take care and stay safe. Bye.